Hold on, stop. Welcome back to the Shit Show 2.0.
Okay, boomer.
Damn millennials. Wow.
Did not know that. Even flirters who are obviously mentally ill.
Oh, this is gonna go downhill real quick. Hello and welcome to Take on the World with John and Mike and
Lexi.
A one-time stop in for Lexi. Katie decides she wants to take a break from the podcast for a while, so we have a fill-in host.
Hi.
Traded one millennial for another.
That's me. Resident millennial.
Damn millennials. So,
okay, boomer.
Oh, here
Wow.
we go.
Wow.
Here we go.
I did start getting a couple gray hairs.
I got more than a couple.
A few.
They don't bother me.
No. I've earned them. Definitely earned them.
True
Me
that.
too.
So, we got together on an off week from taping to bottle the Take on the World Oktoberfest beer, which we'll be doing it right after we're done with this.
That's going to be like a Christmas, New Year's beer.
Yeah.
It's going to be the 2021 Take on the World beer. You know.
We should mail it to our listeners.
We took a picture of the
Two of them.
the Beersmith tree, and
Did
I'll post that right here. So, we picked a topic for today. We made Lexi pick the topic for today.
I did pick a topic.
So
for
she is the
today.
SME of this topic, the subject matter expert.
Oh, thank you.
Yes. So today's topic is
Video games.
okay.
Video games.
So we have three very different perspectives on video games.
We
Yeah.
have from the Mesolithic era.
No, wonder what was the very first video game?
I looked it up. I actually looked it up.
Go
And
ahead, Michael.
You will be so
I bet
surprised.
it's not Pong.
It is not Pong.
It's not.
It's Tennis for Two. And it was in 1937.
Yeah.
Video game.
Video game.
When was the TV developed?
It was a CRT monitor,
Yeah.
I don't know what that means.
cathode ray tube.
The tubes. That's why they're called the tubes.
But
They had tubes
actually,
in them.
when I looked it up, I found there's great disparity between everybody's take on when the first video game was.
Yeah.
Because technically, what some people say is the 1937 Tennis for Two was not a commercially viable video game, therefore they discount it.
Right. Because it's like, can you really count that as a video game? How many people had it?
Right.
Like, it wasn't like everybody could play this game.
Nah, I think
People
it's-
stood in line to just
I
get a
think you
chance.
could, because
And it was very much like Pong.
when
Yeah.
the camera came out, it's not everybody could afford a camera, but still with a camera.
Yeah. Well, I think, but I also saw something, and I because I didn't research much on this week, we're just so busy with everything else. It appears that there might be something that goes back farther than that,
I'm not sure about that.
but I don't know what it is. I'm going to take a sneak peek now. So talk amongst yourselves.
One of the other topics that I had brought up that we could possibly talk about was the conspiracy theory as to why there are no more potatoes on Taco Bell's menu. Why'd they take them away, John? No more potatoes at all on Taco Bell's menu.
I didn't even know they had potatoes.
They just did a whole commercial thing last year of fries.
Yeah, now they're bringing the fries back, supposedly. But,
Yeah, but those weren't potato fries, were they?
Yeah. Yeah, but they had like taco seasonning on them,
Wait,
essentially.
taco fries?
They were nacho fries. But like the thing is, they used to have like all these burritos and stuff. They had the grillers. They were like snack burritos. They were kind of small. And a lot of those had potatoes. Now they don't have any of the grillers. Another good one is
They're just too expensive.
I can't imagine that.
They're weird.
Potatoes.
Like, they'll come out with stuff and it does really great. Like,
And they
what
get
were
rid
those
of it.
chicken fries? No, that was Burger King.
That was Burger King.
And then they just stopped
Yeah.
selling them.
Or
I don't know. I don't get
That's
it.
like the McRib.
but
Yeah,
they
every
bring
once
the
every 10 years
McRib
they bring it back.
They
Yeah,
bring it back like
I
every
hate it.
year.
I hated it
It's
when it
gross.
came out in the
I just had
80s.
one the other day.
I hated
It
it.
was really good.
They're so gross.
I hate it now. It just doesn't matter.
Nobody
I
wants
never
the
liked
McRib. We all want. Excuse me.
What was that?
I think
Power surge.
Lexi's nose ring touched the microphone or something.
No, but no McRibs. We want the chicken tenders, the buttermilk chicken tenders. I want those on the menu all year round, every day.
You know who makes a really good? Might get shot for saying this, but a really good chicken sandwich. Sheets.
Yeah, Sheetz has good chicken sandwiches.
Like it's crispy.
They have good stuff. They have snack wraps. Are good.
I get the little the slider, the 2 sliders. It's like
Yeah.
$4.
You two youngsters.
They're good. They're good.
Well, I did go to Wendy's to get a spicy chicken sandwich and it was garbage. It was greasy. It was cold. The fries sucked. I didn't even eat it. I just threw the whole thing out. And
I'm not a fan of Wendy's anymore.
You know how I
Not
am.
their chicken anyway.
Yeah, they suck. Very disappointed.
Yeah.
But
So, what's your theory on the conspiracy
I don't know.
to ban potatoes from the Taco Bell menu?
I don't know. I was thinking we could just think about it. What's going on with it?
that is weird.
What about Long John Silver's being a money laundering business?
What?
Yeah. People don't go to inside to stand. What is happening?
Are you kicking something?
I'm not touching anything.
He gets that cord.
You want to change that cord out?
Yeah.
You want
Uno momento.
to hear it?
Hello.
That's gooder.
I think that's much better.
Okay, and we're back.
But yeah, nobody's inside of a standalone Long John Silver's. They don't make enough money to really build them. You don't see them building just Long John Silver's anymore. They're always attached with another restaurant.
Yeah.
It's a money laundering business.
Huh.
Yeah, that's a theory. That's a real thing.
Well, the other restaurants that they're attached to, the same company owns them, so it's about a variety thing.
What is this one down here attached to?
Taco Bell. Taco Bell.
Crotcho smell. Yeah, every time I go to Taco Bell, I'll get 2 bean burritos. And they're like, what? Did you say bean burrito? I'm like, yes. You still have those, right? That's on your original menu. So I don't know if they've got to go in the way back to get my special beans for my bean burrito.
Your special beans. All right, everybody, get out the special beans.
And the cheesy gordita crunch.
Cheesy gordita crunch is really good.
Yeah, they're banging.
They're really good. I like the $5 box with the cheesy gordita crunch in it.
Never tried it.
I mean, it just comes with the taco and those cinnamon twists. But it's really good. It's really good.
Okay. What's that got to do with video games?
Well, you see.
It was a conspiracy about the potatoes.
Yeah, that was the potato conspiracy.
Oh, but you didn't even know what the conspiracy is.
No, I mean, we could just make one up right now.
I don't know.
There has
I
to be
just
one.
think that Taco Bell has no business making potatoes.
I think they do because they were delicious. I think if you can make something well, you have a business making it.
Yeah.
That's
I
like
guess.
Burger King tried to do tacos once and they were awful. They have no business making tacos. They're called Burger King.
Oh, yeah. Everybody bitch about those tacos.
They were awful.
Why would you ever get a taco from Burger King?
I don't know.
Just to see what they were like.
I never did. So
They were bad. That's what they were like.
I never did. So, video games.
What was your first video game?
Pong.
You sure?
I legit, my first
It
one.
wasn't Tennis for Two?
No, it was Pong. Tennis for Two predates me by a little bit.
It's just a couple years.
Yeah, we had, it was a little console with 2 paddles that
Yep.
connect. It actually looks like your little DS,
The Switch?
but much thicker.
Yeah.
And the 2 paddles came off, and
Yeah.
you sat there, and there was a
We've come
button.
full circle.
There was a button to release the ball,
Mhm.
and you just had to go up and down and try. You could play 1 player or 2.
I know what Pong is like. What about Tetris? Tetris was a good one back in your day.
Tetris was long after,
Well, yeah, but I'm just saying.
I love Tetris.
Tetris is fun.
and then we had the Atari.
E.T., good game.
I started
Not
off
really.
on Nintendo.
There's a good story about that.
That is a good story. I like that story.
About the ET game.
Hmm.
Did you ever hear that?
Hmm.
They put so much money into making this ET game, and it flopped.
Like from the movie E.T.
Yes.
Yes. And they were like,
Why would you make
everybody
that a
loves
game?
this movie.
You never saw that game?
It's
I
awful. It looks
I think
awful.
I have.
It looks like
I played
somebody
it for the
For the
vomited
NES. I'm pretty
on
sure I
the
had it.
screen. It's bad.
No, it was
No,
for the Atari.
Was it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I could
it
see
was.
it.
It was like the first Atari, wasn't it? It was for like the first Atari.
E.T. looked like a turd.
He did.
He did. He looked like a turd with a red finger.
Yeah. Yeah. And every screen looked like a landfill, which is where it ended up.
Right. Exactly. Here's what happened. They put so much money into developing it, but then they told the developers, you have 4 months to get it out from start to finish.
Yeah.
And most other games at that time were taking 12 to 16 months to put out. They said you have 4 months. So they got the licensing for it. They pushed this game out quick. It flopped. They made like 400,000 of them or something. I don't know the exact number.
Like 1 billion copies. And they sold 5.
They sold like not even a quarter of the copies, and they, instead of like putting it in discount stores and just dropping the price, they took them to a landfill and they dumped them in this landfill.
Didn't even bother trying to sell them.
So people were going to the landfill and stealing the game from the landfill. So they went to the landfill and they dug them all up, put them in the middle, and then poured concrete on them.
Yeah. So nobody could steal the games. They were that bad. They were like, we don't want people to have this game.
It was like radioactive waste.
Yeah, it was. It literally was.
It was the radioactive waste of the video game world.
It was. It literally almost single-handedly crashed
It almost
the video
destroyed
game
Atari.
market. The video game market
Wow.
in general. Nintendo is actually what saved video games, essentially. So
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I've played Atari a couple times, but I grew up on the NES. And,
yeah, not me.
See, even in recent years, like the Atari, like I know someone who collected the Atari, the Coleco Activision,
Oh my God, Coleco.
and
What about
all the games.
The
Because
ones
the
that
games
you
for
put
Activision.
the overlays on the screen.
Yeah.
Did you have those?
What was it?
You put like the overlays on your TV
Oh, no,
screen.
no, I never did that.
But like, so like your character always looks the same, but you put an overlay on for each new.
I think she actually knows more about this than you do.
I told you she's the SME.
Yeah, I do. I watch. Not only do I watch a lot about video games, but I used to work in like a video game store. I like playing video games. I just like learning about them.
Who's that place out towards Lancaster? It's DK Oldies, I think.
Ooh, I've never been there.
Oh no, that might be the online store. I was over by Green Dragon.
There's one called
And
Out of Box or something like that over there.
that might be it.
Down that way, there was one. I don't know if it's still there or not, but there was one called One Up Gaming.
But they have Ataris, they have Nintendos.
Yeah,
I actually bought last year for Christmas. I bought my daughter and my niece a Nintendo.
like an
And,
SNES.
yeah, a bunch of games.
Nice.
This one must have been a refurb because it's insanely hard to take the disc back out.
Yeah,
And they couldn't even do it. So every time they take the disc out, I got to take it out.
yeah.
And they're like, "Why don't you just get? You know, you can get the mini one
Mm-hmm.
when it has the preloaded games on there." I'm like, "No. Like, you need to know the frustration of this thing, or in the middle of your game, where somebody you bump the Nintendo and the screen goes blank,
Yeah,
or starts flashing."
yeah.
Well, I remember like my favorite game system was a Sega Genesis.
Oh, yep.
I loved the Sega.
Sega was good.
And
were some
Lexi
good games
was
on
little
there.
when I had that. We lived in Haven, and I played Resident Evil all the time.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Love that game. Well, she would sit there and play with me, and she would sit in my lap, and I'd have the controller, and she would point out when the spiders were crumbing across the ceiling at
Yeah.
me. Here comes the spider, Dad. Here comes the spider.
Yeah. Yeah.
I remember.
Good times.
Yeah. Resident Evil 2 is my favorite Resident Evil game, though, of all time.
Yeah, I remember Sonic. I love playing that on Sega.
Yeah.
I never
Sonic was
like
good.
I played it, but that was never like my favorite game.
What was that?
Spyro's the one that Lexi
Oh,
liked.
Spyro was my favorite. Spyro, Crash Bandicoot.
What were the handhelds? There was the Game Boy.
I was just about to say, what was the Sega handheld? Because we have one of those
Yeah,
still.
I
And
can't
it has
remember.
all the Sonic games on it. We had Lemmings.
Yeah,
What is that called?
I don't know.
Sega...
Sega fact check.
Saturn. No, it was not. I'm just kidding. That's dumb. It's not a Sega Saturn.
So what was? Did Sega like continue, or did they get?
Sega just makes games now, so they're just a game developer.
Sega.
But
Game
like,
Gear.
Game Gear, yeah, that's what it was, Game Gear. But they actually, I don't think that they actually still make games anymore, but they stopped making consoles and they just made games. And then I think maybe Nintendo bought them out because Nintendo uses Sonic in a lot of their games.
Yeah.
Like the Smash series and everything.
Yeah, talk a little closer.
Sorry.
There. Oh, that's perfect.
Oh, this is perfect.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I mean, I don't know, but Nintendo really took off. Like, you had, just all the classics, like Duck Hunt.
Oh, yeah, Duck Hunt.
I love Super Mario Brothers. Is it 2 or 3? What's the one where you can...
Where you can be everybody?
No, it's, I think it's 2. Anyways, I found myself playing the Nintendo way more than my daughter and my niece.
So then you just took it?
Yeah, I kind of just like it was. I guess it was more for me. I don't know.
It was for you,
Yeah,
and that's
like
okay. You know.
Top Gun. What else was that other one? Kung Fu.
Oh my gosh. Street Fighter.
No, I don't think they had Street Fighter for Nintendo, did they?
That might have been a Sega.
That was Sega, yeah.
It might have been Sega. Mortal Kombat.
Yep.
Remember when they
Hadouken!
remember when they had to they had to change the color of the blood, or they took the blood out entirely in the Nintendo versions of the game.
I
when it
remember
first
that,
came
I
out.
do
Yeah.
remember that.
Yeah.
Or there was I remember because you could put a code in
To get the color back
to get the color back for the
Yeah.
blood.
for the fatalities.
What are you
Best
doing
one
over
is
there?
where you just rip out their spine.
Yes.
That was a good one.
God.
What'd you do? Making a bunch of noise over there.
Shut up. Thank you. I'm back.
Welcome back.
Thank you. They talk about video games. Like, I'm from the arcade era. Oh yeah. So
Yep.
yeah, and you are too. You were
Oh, yeah.
the
Dance
last of the
Dance
arcade
Revolution.
Probably, yeah.
I was in an arcade.
era. Yeah, but like when for us, we'd go to the mall, and you'd get $1 and go to the arcade and
And if
Yeah,
you didn't,
I'd play
you just
Arctic Thunder,
you just hang
Dance
around.
Dance Revolution, and Gauntlet Dark Legacy.
I love Gauntlet.
Gauntlet was great.
Yeah, you just hang around the arcade and just watch other people play too.
Yep.
I didn't have any money.
Yeah.
Hope somebody drops a quarter on the ground.
But the like Afterburner,
You,
the Afterburner game, the one you could sit in, you fly the jet.
Oh yeah,
I could go through that entire game on 50 cents.
yeah.
Like from
Dragon's Lair.
Oh, I love Dragon's Lair. But I must have dumped $100 into that game easy.
In one day.
Easy. Because it was the first 3D high graphic video game. And so it had graphics, but it really didn't have the rest of the mechanics of a good video game. So you'd be flashed a scene and you'd walk in and everything was timed. So if you had, and something would blink and you'd have to go towards whatever blinked. Or you'd have to strike it whatever
Yeah, I
blinked.
remember that game, but I don't ever remember playing it.
I
And
never did.
I always gravitated towards Street Fighter or Mortal Kombat.
No, I spent hours playing that until I finally got through it. And then I was like, I'm done. Never again.
Yeah. Well, I think that Street Fighter and Mortal Kombat are the kind of game that's almost it's better played in an arcade,
Yeah.
because like that's the kind of game that you
Slam
want.
the joysticks.
Yeah, you
I
slam the
sucked at it,
joysticks,
though.
you bop the buttons real hard,
I
and you
sucked at
can
it.
find custom arcade. I think they're called boards, but you can get them for like consoles.
Do you know where you can still play that? At the beer wall.
Where's that?
Down in West Reading. Upstairs.
Really?
Oh yeah, they have old art. You can just play them. You don't have to put quarters in. You just
Oh, that's cool.
Well, you're already.
you can
drinking
taste
and
all those
spending
beers, and then you
$15
go
on
upstairs. You
beers.
play some video games.
Huh.
I want to go there.
It was cool. I had a good time there.
I mean, well, I guess you can't really consider like a pinball machine.
Sure.
Oh,
Absolutely.
I love pinball, but pinball goes back way back.
Right. It's not
It's more like a
technically a
mechanical-
video game.
Yeah.
Like in its original state, but I mean, they definitely they made them like more advanced and everything like that, where they have like the little like animations and
Yeah.
stuff that play, or it'll say like you're a loser, whatever. And,
They're definitely arcade games.
yeah.
I used to play the roller coaster one. It was called. I think it was just called Roller Coaster.
I played.
And I could play that for hours. I'd have so many free games racked up on that because you just had everything timed down.
Yeah.
Where the ball had to be on a paddle to go up this ramp and up that ramp, and
I'm a fan of 3D pinball on the Microsoft 95.
My grandmother used to play that on her computer.
Yeah,
I
it
never
was
really.
good.
The only one game I got into my computer was Command and Conquer.
Oh yeah, I remember playing Command and Conquer on your shitty
That
old
game was
laptop.
Whoa,
That real old one that you had.
whoa!
It was really old.
Yeah.
I used to play it on that
It
big,
was probably the first laptop ever made.
Probably
white
just like your
box
big cell phone.
with the green screen. But man, that game was fun. I think my whole
Yeah.
summer was wasted on playing that game.
And you know what? None of the new Command and Conquers come anywhere close.
No, I looked the
They're
other
not
day
as
for
good.
them, and
I have maybe like one or two of on Steam, but they're just not as good. They're like they're flashy, and it just doesn't. I like the original Command and Conquer game, Sim City, the one where like you could just build a city and then send a tornado in and kill everybody. That was fun.
What was the one I used to play all the time? I actually had it on the computer. Was it the original Doom?
Maybe.
I don't remember.
Doom.
I used to love that one.
There was this one game, I forget what it was called, Dai Katana. And it was kind of like Doom, like that same Doom-esque style. But it was really, really bad. Like, impossible to play because it was so poorly made. It was for the Nintendo 64. Yeah. Nintendo 64, PlayStation, those were probably my two favorites. And then when like the original Xbox came out, like there were some really good ones on there because they actually made a console
blasphemy.
version. They actually made a console version of Arctic Thunder, which was one of my favorite arcade games. You could sit on the snowmobile and ride it. But it's a really, really fun game even like on a console because obviously you're not riding around on a
Wolfenstein
snowmobile.
3D. That's
Wolfenstein, yeah.
I used to play that one all the time.
Wolfenstein New Order is really good. That one was on PS4. That was a good one.
I was always anti-Xbox when it came out.
I had one. I had an original Xbox. I remember getting it for Christmas. And there were some good games on it. They did a what was it called? Oh, you rollerblade around a city and you put graffiti on stuff. And it was
I remember that.
Yeah, it was good. What the heck is it called? I think it was
Highway.
No.
No.
I'll think of it.
No, but I remember playing that.
I think it was a Sega game.
What I liked playing on Xbox was
Shrek's Party, that party
the
game.
BMX game. I like playing Tony Hawk.
Tony
Tony
Hawk
Hawk was fun.
American Wasteland is my favorite Tony Hawk game.
What was the BMX one?
I don't remember, but I know what you're talking about.
It always reminds me of Bubba because me and Bubba stayed up playing it.
Yeah.
We used to play NHL Hits. That game was fun. And I remember my buddy's name was LeClap.
I never really played the hockey games. Like I just didn't like them.
Oh, this one you could do like ridiculous moves and like we got into it. We'd have like 8 people on this thing playing, and let's see, there was another one where I want to say it was similar to the one that you were talking about with the snowmobile, but you were doing like tricks and stuff, and
Yeah.
I think you had like skis and shit at one point in time.
Well, there are a bunch of games like that, like those just like downhill racing games.
And then there was Soakem.
Soakem.
That ruined my life. That Navy SEAL game, Soakem.
Oh, SOCOM.
SOCOM?
Yeah.
So,
I was like, I'm like, what the?
SOCOM.
That sounds like one of those bad like wipeout games.
You got the headset, and you had to like sneak around, and like if you like go up behind somebody, knife them, and then you have to hide the body and
Oh yeah.
stuff like that.
What was the other one?
Tom Clancy. You played
Metal
Tom
Gear.
Clancy.
Yeah.
Tom Clancy, Splinter Cell.
Splinter Cell. That was
Yeah.
it. You do the same thing as Splinter.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
Did they have Metal Gear? Was another one?
Metal
I think it was
Gear
like
Solid.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was called Jet Set Radio, by the way. The one that was on the
Jet
original
Set
Xbox
Radio.
was Jet Set Radio Future, which is the best one. I have played the other ones, but they're not as good. And I think it's just because by the time that the Xbox came out, like graphics and like your controls and everything were so much different than, you know, like on the Sega and everything like that.
That's what I didn't like. I didn't like the Xbox controls.
They are
See, and I
weird.
didn't like the PS3 or the PS controls
Yeah.
because I was so used to it. We had the Xbox.
Yeah,
So I got
that's
used to it.
just the way it felt.
Yeah.
Whichever one you had, that's what we were used to.
The
Because
original
I had
Xbox
the
controls
PlayStation.
was too big.
I had the original PlayStation. I used to play that all the time.
Yeah, we played Tony
See,
Hawk on that.
if you had to rack up how many controllers you've broken,
She's broken a lot.
I've probably
Nathan has
broken
broken a lot. I think I've broken one or two.
you of all people.
Like mine don't break because I throw them like on purpose because I'm angry. Mine break because I drop things and I accidentally step on things, or like I kick something because I'm clumsy.
Oh no, mine's straight anger.
Oh, she could walk through the living room and trip over her own feet.
Oh, I do every day. Yeah.
Yeah, the one I was playing. What the hell was Battlefield 5 on PlayStation 4?
Okay.
And I just why I can't play because I get too into it.
Yeah.
And
You start having like war flashbacks.
not that bad, but I got so mad I like gripped the controller and I was like, I just twisted it and just like cracked it in half, and I was like, fuck, that was like $65.
You can't say war flashbacks to him. It's a sore topic.
I'm sorry.
Do you want to hear the story?
You want to hear a story?
Oh yeah.
One day, John was sitting at home.
Gee, Gunny, that sounds wonderful. Golly gee, where do I sign up?
This story's better with Katie.
Yeah.
Because we both jump on you.
It's like the Chihuahua with like the beer koozie vest. It's John.
We got controllers. in
John wanted to go in the military in the worst way, and he was disqualified because he's got a pin in his hip. But there's a whole story to it. It's funny.
I'm disqualified too.
It's actually a screw, but
Whatever.
Who's
Screw,
counting?
pin. You got screwed in your hip.
well, I was hearing that the PS5s are like $5,000 now.
You could get them on
like on
'cause
eBay,
They're hard to get.
Marketplace.
People are selling them on Marketplace for like
I would
$5,000.
never buy that.
Oh, no,
I don't
absolutely
care.
not.
No way.
Absolutely not. I can't imagine like spending that much money on a console that's gonna be back in stock in 2 months.
Right.
No, I started playing Fallout 76 on my computer. I fell in love with the Fallout franchise.
Fallout's a good franchise.
And I'd like to actually go back and play the first one, which is like an 8-bit game.
The first one is a strategy game. You actually would probably like it. It's probably more akin to games that you played.
Yeah, I like the open world Lone Wanderer games.
Yeah.
And the new Fallout is that they kind of made it online, and it's just
You know what that reminds me of?
not
Fallout
like
4
what
is
I
still
want.
great though.
Zelda.
Oh yeah,
Oh.
oh yeah.
I'll talk about Zelda. You want to talk about Zelda?
Listen, when that game, I remember they came out with it was on Nintendo, and
Yep.
they came out with the gold disc.
Yep.
Yeah, the gold cartridge. Yep.
Yeah, and I was like, I have to have this. And somehow I got it. One of my friends stole it from me, and I was like,
He's dead now.
I hope so. And
I've never found the body.
and I was destroyed. I destroyed my whole world. Like
He might be.
love
He
that
might
game.
be in concrete with ET games.
Yeah, he's buried with the ET games. That's why John pretended not to know what it was.
Oh, they did that?
What? They put it in a hole and poured concrete on it? Like a dead body? What?
Never to be seen again.
Never to be seen again. That game is just...
Yeah, Zelda.
Just thinking
Zelda
about
was
it is
fun.
making me angry, that ET game. But Zelda is a good franchise. I really like the Zelda games.
I think they should go dark with it.
They did. There was a game called Twilight Princess, which gets a lot of flack, but it's really good.
Told you, she's a SME,
Really
dude.
good.
How are you gonna go dark with something called Twilight Princess?
Okay, so
Twilight is dark.
so essentially in this game you get transformed into a wolf at one point. So you go between being Link and Wolf Link, and you go into like this almost like Nega universe, like the opposite kind of, and everything's like dark. There are
Bizarro
these
world.
Yeah, there are like these big huge like dark monsters and stuff that you have to go after. Plus there's Majora's Mask, which has it looks like a fun game, like a kid's game. But Majora's Mask has very dark undertones. It's supposed to like reflect like the 7 stages of grief.
Really, I was
Yeah.
playing that with. Is that Zelda?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Majora's Mask is Zelda. Yeah.
Is I think I was playing that on my phone with my daughter.
It might be.
Or
It was. It came out. It was kind of like it was made on the same engine as Ocarina of Time.
Oh man, I can't remember. I remember the game.
It has this big
And it was
purple
really
creepy
hard.
mask. Yeah, it's timed essentially, so you have 3 days to get everything done.
Yeah.
and you have to go back in time to finish all the quests.
I can't remember
like
what
multiple times.
what I was playing that on. It might have been PS3, 4. No, it wasn't 4.
No.
Let's get nerdy for a second because you mentioned something about the engines.
Yeah,
Break that down.
the game engines.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Explain it.
Well-
Some people don't know what that means.
So
I think that people who make them don't even know what that means.
like essentially like the game engine is like nowadays they use obviously much more high-tech ones, but back then it was like each and every character has like a pixel or a certain number of pixels or sprites, or in Nintendo 64 it was 64-bit, but they used polygons. So like every character has like a little, every character, every plant, every house, they all have different like files. And to use like the same engine just means that you're using the same assets. So you're using like the same like character model for Link from one game to another game. And the idea was it got the game out faster. I think Majora's Mask, I think they made it in like 6 months or something, because there were little to no original assets in that game. They took them all from the game prior.
Right. I learned about this by listening to stuff for Fallout.
Yeah.
And Bethesda games, there's several other games use the same engine to create the game. And it's basically all the groundwork
Yeah.
for it. And I thought it was actually interesting because when they were talking about engines, I'm like, oh, what the hell are you talking about?
Yeah. You use like all the same assets, and like they I don't know if it's even still relevant because I haven't really kept up with like the PlayStation 5 and like later PlayStation 4 stuff, just because I got a Switch and I love playing my Switch. It's the best thing on the planet. I can take it where I want to. It's fun. It has like Zelda and all these like really great games on it.
That's what Game Gear was.
Yeah. Yeah, the Game Gear. Yeah. But there used to be one called Unreal Engine, and Unreal Engine was unreal. Like it was like the top notch. Like everything looked better when it was played in Unreal Engine until like it stopped looking better because like the graphics were getting so good. So then they have to update the engine, so then they make Unreal Engine better.
Told you she was a SME, dude.
Yeah.
You just keep developing the games and I'll play them.
That's essentially what it is. They just keep
So
redeveloping
graphics
stuff.
design and
Yeah. Yeah. And that's like
Nathan wants to write video games.
yeah.
I bet you it's extremely boring.
It takes like a certain level of creativity, and it depends
Yeah.
on what you're doing in the process. Because if you're like on like a board where you guys like we're all just shooting the shit and talking about like, oh, what about this idea? What about this idea? You're essentially like in like a fish tank, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like you're just going back and forth.
I guess I take that back then. I guess if you know what you're doing, I'd just be scratching my head like a
right.
big dumb ape.
For some people, it might be a boring thing, but for the developers, it's not. They get excited about it
Yeah.
because you're bringing something
To life.
It's artistic in a way.
Yeah.
You're bringing something from nothing, and creating something that like people just love.
Yeah.
Could you imagine if you went back in the like when they had Atari and like you showed them a PS5? Like, yeah, what do you think
they'd
about
freak
They
that?
would die.
What is this sorcery?
What was it? I think it was just a regular Xbox. It was the first Xbox. So we'd go down to my one buddy's house, and we'd have like 4 different rooms set up, and there'd be a TV in each room, and we'd direct connect all
Yep.
the Xboxes.
LAN party.
Yeah, and we'd play Call of Duty. So he had these huge screens, so it'd be like 2 people on each screen.
Mm-hmm.
And like I'm like the sniper king in Call of Duty. Like I'll find a sniper's nest and I'll just sit there, and especially the first Call of Duty, because the way the graphics were, if you got in the high grass, someone could walk right by you and not see you.
Right.
When you're playing like that. So I'd lay in this high grass and I'd have my sniper rifle, and when someone gets close, they can hear you. You know, so like proximity in the game, you could hear me if we're this close, but way far away you wouldn't be able to hear me, but I could see you. So I'd wait until they get close enough, and I'm like, she puts the lotion in the basket. And they're like, you see them stop, and they're spinning, and then I blast them, and like, son of a bitch.
Yeah.
So every time I do that, put the lotion in the basket, bitch.
Yeah.
I got addicted to PUBG there for a while.
Ooh, not
That's
me.
a fun game.
What
What
about
is
Fortnite? You play Fortnite?
I have. I didn't like it though.
I'm not a huge fan of shooters in general. I guess I kind of am because I love Fallout. Like the Fallout series is really good. I love Fallout 4, Fallout 3. New Vegas is great.
I love New Vegas.
New Vegas is so much fun.
I think 4 was the best.
4 was so good. They just developed things so well. Like it felt like a good.
But it was glitchy.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, 76 is really.
I don't have as many glitches as 76, but I can't update it, so I can't play it because our internet really sucks.
Yeah.
You probably would like PUBG. It's Players Unknown Battleground.
It's like a big battleground. So
You know, I don't like I played Battlefield. Didn't like it.
Well, you essentially join like a group.
It's more like guerrilla warfare, right? Like it's kind of like dirty.
You join a group. You can be on your own or with a group of 4.
I'd rather be on my own.
And well, if you go in a group, it's 4 less people you got to kill, so you're less likely to succeed. So you're in an airplane, then you can jump out whenever you want onto this map, and within, I don't know, say like 10 minutes, there's this encroaching like blue circle that's closing in on the map, and wherever it is, you have to be not in it because it kills you.
Oh, that's like when you play 76, the Battle Royale version.
Yeah, there's a lot of games.
That's what it is. It's a battle royale.
Everything's on. There's a ring of fire.
Yep.
And the ring of fire keeps squeezing in.
Yeah.
And then you can survive outside the ring of fire.
You can, but it takes your health.
Yeah.
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 If you have battle armor and
So you
power armor,
you can like jump in jeeps and cars and drive in here.
See, that's the only thing I don't like about 76. You can't use the vehicle. But now this is post-apocalyptic, so.
Yeah, I would say this kind of is too. You drop in and there's guns in certain houses, and if you make it to the end and you win, you get a chicken dinner.
Yeah. Winner, chicken dinner.
Yeah, that's what it says.
Oh.
Yeah.
You don't actually get a chicken dinner.
I wish.
They don't mail you one.
Well, I was hoping I could beat that game in a week.
But
one less day that Mom has to cook this week.
The one thing I don't like about that game is there's a lot of freaking cheaters in that game.
Oh, yeah.
And
you're going to get that with a lot of like... especially games that are cross-platform from PC.
Yeah.
Because you can mod the shit out of PC games.
Yeah.
Well, that's like when I played Call of Duty. I didn't really play online, and I was very disappointed in the actual gameplay of the game.
Right, because they moved away from gameplay and went to online.
Yeah, well, the story mode of Call of Duty, I played through it in 2 days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I bought the game. I was all excited. Oh, this is going to be
That's
great.
what I didn't like about it either.
And the game was good, but I played
There's no content.
I'm like,
I don't want to play online
what?
all
That's
the
it?
time.
And then when you play online, you have so many, like, I was horrible at it. I'm not good at it.
There's so many people
doesn't
that
make
are
it
just
fun. So I'm there and I'm jumping around, and I go to my little sniper's nest, and someone comes up behind me and stabs me in the neck.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
There was one, whatever Call of
The
Duty
gameplay is so quick too.
Yeah.
Because
there's so many people.
There was one map on the Battle Royale version, whatever it is, that I could get on that I did really well. I was underneath a set of steps, so I did actually have my back to a wall, and anybody coming down from upstairs, you would hear the grenades coming down, you'd see their feet coming down, and I could get out of there before they killed me. And then I would just take long distance shots and tell them to put the lotion in the basket.
Yeah. That's like when we got the PlayStation 3 and we got like the first Turtle Beach headset that we ever had. Like that's the kind of stuff that was really great about those, because you could hear footsteps, and then like the Turtle Beach headsets just started getting better and better, and now it's like you could hear everything.
That's the only thing. I don't have a headset with a mic.
Yeah.
So when I play 76, like when I'm on the team mode, I can't talk to my team. I just make the stupid waving icons.
Yeah, it's like PUBG. Like you can talk, but most of the time it's like people from different countries, and they're not speaking English.
I don't want to talk to people in real life.
Yeah,
I
just shut the mic off.
Yeah.
And but Battlefield 5, that was good. That had a really long storyline.
Well, the storyline part I liked. I did not like the online play.
I cannot imagine breaking a PlayStation 4 controller in half.
What system was that on? It was one of the Battlefields I played.
It was PS4.
No, we had a 3.
And it was
Nathan
based
has
in,
it for the Xbox One.
It was based in World War II. So you're
Oh no, I must have played the one before that, but
3, I think you played
the little
3.
tags above the players.
Yeah.
It was very hard to tell who was on your team and who wasn't.
Yeah.
Like the colors were so close.
Yeah.
So like I'm running around, I'm shooting people on my team.
I kept playing. Well, now I think they
wasn't
changed
popular.
that so it doesn't matter. Like it doesn't affect them now. Like you can shoot them and it doesn't kill them.
That's called friendly fire. Every time that I play a game with my friend Alex, Cody, we will be like, oh, is friendly fire on? And then we'll kill one of the other, like one or the other. Like one of us will kill the other one.
Huh.
And then we'll be like, I guess it is.
That's the one thing I like about 76. If someone comes over to me, because you go on servers, the server will hold 25 people. So if you're on that server and you don't want to interact with anybody else, you don't have to. So if someone comes over to me and starts shooting at me, it does very little damage. And if they actually murder me, the bounty goes on their head. Unless I interact with the fight. If I want to fight them, I can.
And so like you have to initiate PvP on both sides.
Yeah. So if she comes up and starts shooting at me, and then I shoot back, then it's a fair battle. Otherwise, I just ignore him. And if he kills me, you don't lose all your stuff. You only lose your junk.
Yeah.
And then it automatically puts a bounty on his head, and other people seek him out and kill him. Then, and then there's no penalty for killing him.
Right.
That's what I like about it, because I don't want to play with other people. I just like doing my thing.
Speaking of bounty, this game really pissed me off. Was Red Dead Redemption?
Who? Which one?
I think it was the very first one.
Okay.
And it was so hard, no matter what you do.
Yeah.
Like you got a bounty on you.
You always have a bounty.
Fucking,
no matter what you do, you always have a bounty. Yeah.
Or they're accusing you of shooting somebody.
The funny thing is it's made by Rockstar Games, which are the same people who did Grand Theft Auto, which I think is why it's like that. Because
So
I mean,
you might as well just start going around shooting. Then that's what I did.
Yeah.
It takes place in the Old West, and you just on horseback, and you just like shoot people with arrows and kill them, and just walk up to them and blast them and steal all their shit.
Yeah. It's pretty fun. The new one is apparently really good too.
It's basically like Grand Theft Auto, but with horses.
Yeah, it's literally what it is. Grand Theft Auto with horses.
I played 7 Days to Die for a while.
Yeah.
I liked it, but I like playing by myself.
Right.
I don't like playing with other people, and that's really a kind of an online game. You know, Jack plays Rust.
Yeah, he was telling me about that. It looked pretty cool.
It sounds cool, but like when it comes to that, I just rather play by. Like if he was on, I'd have no problem playing with him.
Yeah, Isaiah wanted me to get that game and play, and I was like, it just doesn't seem like the kind of game that I would really enjoy all that much. Like I play a lot of Stardew Valley, which is just like a really chill game where you have a farm and you can get like animals and you go into a mine and you kill like zombies and bats and stuff. And it's just like a really chill game. They're called it's like a farming simulation game, but it's not like stupid like Farming Simulator. It's kind of like Harvest Moon or...
Well, yeehaw, that sounds like a good game.
It's very fun. It's very fun because like you can like interact with like the other people that live in the town, and then like eventually you can marry one of them.
On Atari, they had one called Wagon Trail. You probably would like that too.
You know
Remember
what game?
Oregon Trail?
Oregon
That's
Trail. I was
Oregon
about to
Trail,
say I love Oregon Trail. That's like one of the best games on the planet, and it was so much fun. We used to play it in school when we get computer time in library.
Do you still remember your username?
No,
I do. I was China Girl. China Girl and Cankersaurus Rex.
oh my god. I had a friend who I used to play with PlayStation 3. I think we played Resident Evil 6, 5 or 6. We played like the co-op mode or whatever. And he couldn't remember his login because he was playing on PlayStation 4 and I had played on the 3 at the time. And so he made a new account and it was Skidmark Wahlberg. Yeah.
So back in the day when I was in high school, a long time ago, I took computer programming, and we had this game that we played, and it was basically like a D&D type game. It's called Rogue, and there was no graphics to it. It was you went into this room, this and this happened. What do you do?
Right,
And
text-based game.
So you had choices. I don't know what to do. So we went into the game, and we made everything pornographic.
Oh my god.
Everything in the game was pornographic, so we changed the value of everything. And then one day, we had a hotkey on the keyboard, so if the teacher came by, give you a hotkey, give you a C prompt, so you just go back to doing whatever you're doing. So she saw the C prompt, she didn't think you're up to anything, hit the hotkey again, boom, you're back to the game. So there'd be like 4 of us sitting here playing this game, and we'd hooting and hollering, having fun, and she'd come over to C prompt. Well, the one day, the one dude didn't see prompt, and she's reading over his shoulder.
Oh boy!
Oh my
Oh,
gosh.
that was so funny.
No.
Good times.
What did I do when we took? I took a what was it? It was like an internet programming class in high school. And my friend and I, after we were finished like doing our stuff, we would just go and look at like horoscopes and stuff, you know. And we would draw pictures in Paint, MS Paint. I had a lot of good memories in MS Paint. Somewhere in that high school, there are some really good drawings. And by really good drawings, I mean stick figures that have colored hair. Yeah. It was a fun time. It was good.
Yeah, I don't know if I'll ever get another. I do miss Battlefield 5, but I think my sister threw it away when I was living with her. I can't find it. I'm like, I know I had it in here. So she probably... I got a little too into that game.
Well, she was like, okay, that's another controller, so we're just going to have to get rid of this game.
Yeah. And...
I cannot imagine just snapping a controller in half.
Oh, God, I did like 3 of them.
I can't imagine that. I mean, they're pretty sturdy.
I can't imagine him doing that. If you interrupt him too much, he pushes his microphone, throws his headphones.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God. Why? I'll just be quiet. Only spoken.
I have a short
speak when
temper.
spoken to.
And I'm good about not interrupting, so.
Right.
He's great.
Anyhow.
We'll just not touch that one.
Yeah, I can't say anything about that. I live here.
Yeah, so we'll see what I don't know. I always thought like Wii was kind of just stupid. Like it has its place, but I don't know. I wish they would just have a couple better games for it, make it more realistic and not so like
cartoony.
Yeah, like
well, that was like the essence of the Nintendo.
Geared towards kids.
That's what it was. It was for kids. It wasn't for you, John.
Yeah, but they should still have like a.
Well, John's a kid at heart.
Well, that's fine. That's why they made the SNES console that has everything preloaded onto it. They made it for John, but the Wii wasn't for John.
I will never, not the preloaded NES console. It can't be as good. It's no way.
It's pretty neat because it has a lot of the good classics on it. It
Contra.
is pretty neat. Yep.
That was another one of my favorites.
Contra's on there, yeah.
I had a simulator for my phone at one point where I could play all those games on my phone.
Metroid.
Metroid.
Mega Man.
Mega Man was good, yeah.
I love
Mega
that
Man.
game. That was hard.
Castlevania I loved.
Another hard game.
Castlevania is one of those games that you can tell.
I still remember the sound he makes when he gets hit.
You can tell like it was made in a different time period because the reason it's so hard is because that let you get your $60 worth, like that let you get your playtime out of that game because you're like, oh shit, now like you had to learn the patterns of the enemies and stuff to be able to get through the sections like in a timely manner. Otherwise,
yeah, that's why. Like I said, that's why I like Fallout so much
Yeah.
because it's just if you play Fallout 4, the amount of time you can gameplay that game if you do all the quests, all the side quests, and everything in between, plus just running around killing monsters. It's hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of hours.
yeah.
Yeah.
Where
Now everything's
the
online.
Call of Duty was 24 hours of gameplay.
Maybe.
Well, the one for the PS4, it's strictly all online. There is no gameplay.
See,
For the Call of Duty.
You can go like in. It's weird. Like you can go into a thing, but there's nobody playing the game. So
Yeah.
you're just running around by yourself
Yeah.
on some weird screen, and it's just empty.
Yeah. Doesn't make any sense
that's
to me.
not fun.
No. Well, they want you. That's how they get their money. They want you to.
Microtransactions.
Yep. Ooh, $5 to play for a couple hours on this screen.
Yeah.
Really? Is that how it is?
Well, like because
I never really played.
you buy
the online games, so.
So if you play like, for instance, even just like if you're playing World of Warcraft or something, and you don't have the like a certain expansion, you can't play certain things. So you have to buy that expansion to be able to play these things with your friends. If one person, even in like Call of Duty, like the original Black Ops, if I wanted to play online with one of my friends, I played with this kid in high school. We used to have a really good time, but I couldn't play all the maps that he could play because I didn't have the expansion pass. So I didn't have certain areas that he had. And if they were going into one of those, I would get kicked from the party because I can't play those certain raids or whatever. Sucks. But that's what it is. It's microtransactions. Like in Fortnite, you can buy like dance moves and you can buy like new like clothes or armor or whatever. You can buy pets. That's all microtransactions.
Oh, trust me, my daughter's always asking me about that. Roblox?
Oh, Roblox. Yep.
Daddy, can I have $10 in Roblox? Damn it. All right.
Just say
adds
no.
up.
Just say no, man.
Adds up.
Well, I know Nathan plays Minecraft. Well, he
Yeah.
did. I don't know if he still does.
He plays sometimes.
But I sat down and tried to play it.
I like Minecraft.
Eh.
Minecraft's fun.
What I do like about it is you can play by yourself.
Yeah.
You don't have to worry about it. I just don't
You
like.
can play Stardew Valley by yourself. You should get it. It's probably only like $20.
Is that the E-Haul farming game?
Yeah.
No thanks.
It's fun. It's really fun.
Could be a turnip farmer for the day.
Literally, the first plant that you plant is a turnip. No, it's a parsnip. Sorry. It's a parsnip.
Love parsnips.
They're weird.
So good.
Very weird.
Like when parsnips turn up.
Turn down for what?
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 So what other video games from your past there, Johnny?
Video games? I always say one memorable one would have to be Track and Field on Nintendo.
Oh my god.
Ugh.
That's the worst one to say that it's memorable.
That's where you went wrong. I had the big square thing with the joystick, and I had the glove.
Oh, he had the stupid power glove.
The power glove. Well, I didn't have it. My uncle had it.
I had a power glove.
That's when you
nerds.
know you meant business. Probably either that or Mike Tyson's Punch Out.
Okay, Punch Out was alright. Punch Out could be fun.
You ever beat the game?
No, absolutely not.
I did. Super hard.
That game is for old people.
And
Hold on, what video game did you want to break down?
Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, Mortal Kombat.
I don't know. It's just been around forever.
It has.
There's movies. There's everything.
Yeah.
The movies are all bad.
I don't know. The last one wasn't disgustingly horrible.
I mean, they're pretty bad.
No, the one with Ling Ming, whatever her name is.
What?
The one that we watched the other day was a Street Fighter movie.
Was it? Is that
Yeah.
okay? Street Fighter.
Chun-Li.
Yeah, Chun-Li.
Oh my god.
Chun-Li.
Chun-Li. She has the buns and the big thighs.
Don't know her.
You don't know Chun-Li? You know Chun-Li. If you saw a picture of her, you would know her.
Yeah, you'd know her.
You'd know Chun-Li.
Let me fact check that quick.
You didn't like Track and Field?
No.
Always like I could with the joystick. You could really with the what the hell is that thing that they throw on the chain, the ball and chain?
You mean the shot put?
The shot put, yeah.
Well, that's just a ball.
You could really just like literally throw it out of the park with the joystick.
That's a little graphic.
Well, I don't want to see it. I can't look at the. Are you on Pornhub?
No. But I'm sure you could find... John, can you find Chun-Li on Pornhub?
Let me try.
Oh, look at that! Found it. It's like you already had it pulled up. Weird.
So wait, this is a real person?
No,
Well,
no, in the video game.
they
did
made a movie
they made
based
a movie
on her.
about her.
Oh.
Like about her life or whatever.
Oh my God. This is disgusting.
I didn't know you were into anime, Mike.
I am not. Oh my God. These people are horrible. There are some people who have too much time in their hands.
So, Top Gun. I finally landed the plane under the carrier on Top Gun like 2 years ago.
Really?
Yeah,
That's impossible.
I did it twice,
I don't think you did.
and then I could never do it again. It must have been a stroke of luck. I don't know.
Yeah. It's nearly impossible to do that.
I don't know that I ever tried that.
I never played it, but
Well, then it gets ridiculously hard. You got to refuel, and I refueled too. I refueled twice and landed twice. And I made it.
I must have, because I don't think they did refueling an afterburner, but I remember refueling a plane in the air.
And I can still remember my dad flipping out and throwing the controller across the room, trying to land a freaking airplane. And it just tells you, if you don't do it right, then all of a sudden you see a faraway shot of the aircraft carrier.
Yeah. Yeah, big explosion on the aircraft carrier. You can overshoot it and then you go into the water.
Yep, overshoot it. I think that's it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I made it to like level 3, and I was like, what? The desert level?
Never been there before. I forget what, there was a Star Wars game that they made, and it was just like this, like the one screen was just this big yellow screen, and then they had like the AT-ATs stomping around in the sand. But they look like camels in the desert, is what they look like in the game.
Oh, what the hell was that other game? My daughter got really into it. And my niece, she's funny when she plays. She's the one that like will grab the controller and she's like turning her whole body. She's like really gets into it. Yeah, it was like your 2 Humvees and you got to drive around and like run over guys and like go through these obstacle courses and shoot missiles and.
Well, there are a couple games like that. There was like a series called Dirt.
No, I remember if I heard it.
I feel a dog.
Chewy.
Hey, puppy.
He's a baby.
Oh, now here comes your baby.
Hey, baby. Come here, Winnie. Oh, he's a shaky boy. Come here, come here. Hey, sweet baby. Come here.
So that's about it.
Yeah, I mean, there are tons of great video games. They did a video game series based on Dungeons and Dragons called Baldur's Gate. That's pretty neat. They just came out with a new one, and it looks really good. And I'd love to play that.
And what's that on?
I think it came out on PC, Nintendo Switch, and it might have come out on PlayStation and Xbox, but I'm not sure. I know it for sure came out on the Switch and PC.
I played Nathan's Switch yesterday for the first time.
It was hilarious. It was very funny.
Were you doing that? Was that like that dance game?
No, it was one of them. It was like a Mario fighting game.
It's called Super Smash Brothers.
Okay.
The first
I
one
was Yoshi.
came out.
I love Yoshi.
Yeah, the first one came out on the Nintendo 64. I had it. It was good.
I didn't like the Nintendo 64 that much.
Well, that's because you're wrong.
I think I went straight to Sega.
She told you.
Well, because here's the thing.
Sega
There was
what?
there was a Xena fighting game. A Xena Warrior Princess fighting game. It's the best. It was so good. It was such a good game. And you could play as like so many different characters. There were like special moves. You could throw Xena chakrams. Oh, so cool.
Madden. I used to play all the Madden games.
Man, yeah.
EA Sports. It's in the game.
Oh, what's that? What's the Tecmo Bowl? Remember that one?
Oh my god, yeah.
You want to see me lose my shit? play me in Tecmo Bowl.
Too much.
No, when I'd play like when the new Madden game came out, I'd get the Madden game.
Yeah.
Actually, when a new one came out, I'd get last year's.
Right.
'Cause I'm cheap.
Right.
I did play. There's a good one for PS4. It was another, whatever, the new latest greatest one that came out. That was pretty good.
Man.
I think it was Madden. Madden 2019 or something.
Maybe. They're all just like reskinned from the year before.
Yeah.
You know that, right?
Well, they update the stats of the players.
Oh no!
What?
Woo!
It was like the first year when Bettis played with the Rams.
Roethlisberger gets more retarded every year.
Like
His head's bigger. His forehead's bigger each edition.
He just it wasn't a great player, but when he was that year he played with the Steelers. The next year, like he came out, you could hit him 3-4 times and he still stay standing.
Well, the thing is, though, is if they want to do that, that's fine. But then just release a game every couple years and put out an update every year.
Well, why do that when you have people who will
It's
buy
all
them
about
every
making
year?
money.
Well, that's what I mean. Like, if people weren't stupid.
It's like the iPhone.
But they are.
But they are.
Like the iPhone 12. I was looking at that the other day. I'm like, it's exactly like this, the iPhone 11.
Yeah. No,
it might
I'm
even
not
be
about
a little
that.
bit worse.
I'm not about that. I don't get new phones all the time.
I just want a phone that the battery doesn't die on me.
Yeah.
Well, see, now you go the opposite. You got to update it more than once every 10 years.
Oh no, I update my phones, but I don't.
Or, you know what I mean,
Swap them out.
not software update.
Oh, no.
Like get a new one.
Yeah, batteries only can recharge so many times.
Well, mine's at its limit, I guess, because my phone will be at like 50%, and then it'll shut off and come back on, say 0%, and shut off again.
Wow. I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's because you get your phones from China.
No. I bought this one from the factory.
Are you sure?
Yeah,
The factory in China?
probably. Coco, get out of here.
No, she's pretty. She being a good girl.
So, roll of video games.
Yeah.
About covered it.
I mean, there's so much more to talk about, but it's just so much you
Yeah.
can never think of it.
And the
Hopefully-
great Taco Bell potato conspiracy.
Great talk about potato conspiracy, the Long John Silver's money laundering conspiracy. I think we covered every topic that I wanted to talk
Chocolate
about.
milk.
Chocolate milk was the other one, and I did. Yesterday I had hot chocolate with chocolate vodka in it, and as many mini marshmallows as I wanted.
That's really not chocolate milk.
Kind of is. Kind of is.
Nah.
That Bailey's real bad. Was not good anymore.
I don't know. I didn't know that Bailey's went bad.
Yeah, well, it's cream, and it said best
Chunky Valleys.
used by 2014.
Oh.
No, we won't. We will not talk about bad chocolate milk. That is all we
Oh,
have
that's the other
time
topic.
for.
That's the other topic that I wanted to talk about. The Waffle House.
Nope, that's all we have time for this week. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for coming in.
Yeah,
Thanks for guest hosting with us.
Hopefully we
Absolutely.
stoke some nostalgia for all you older folks with the gray hairs.
Old peoples, yeah. I'm not an old people, but I can talk about things that old people like. Like Pong, tennis for two.
Tennis for two. Like, are you going to play tennis by yourself? It was tennis for one.
It was for one, though.
It was a one-player
It
game.
was a one-player game called Tennis for Two.
Tennis for 2 minutes each because we have a very long line to play this game.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
good times.
that's it for this week. And go take on the world. Hold on, stop.
Welcome back to the Shit Show 2.0.
Okay, Boomer.
Damn millennials. Wow.
Did not know that. Even flirters who are obviously mentally ill.
Oh, this is going to go downhill real quick.